Welcome to the weightlifting platform, where world records are falling here in Tashkent thanks to a Bulgarian teenager and a Colombian phenom. The weightlifting platform is brought to you by the Panamerican Weightlifting Federation. I'm your host, Richard Mason. On this week's show, we'll talk with the new world champ in the 73 kilo category about his long family history in the sport and his short break between the clean and the jerk. Also, for our tip of the week, Arkan Cherimai talks about staying healthy before a big meet, and for our regular feature, Good to Know, the Queen's medals, and the road to Birmingham. But first, here are the headlines. Now the headlines. The International Olympic Committee has told the IWF there will be a platform for this sport in Paris if the IWF follows some simple guidelines. They also told the IWF there will not be weightlifting in Los Angeles in 2028, but there will be a path laid out for them to come back. To compete in Paris, the IWF has to set a qualifying system similar to the one leading up to Tokyo. That involved a point system, required eligible athletes to enter competitions every 6 months, and make themselves available for drug testing at least once in each of the 3 6-month periods leading up to the Games. Countries with multiple positives were banned. To compete in Los Angeles, the sport will have to make changes. As outlined by the IOC, the deadline for those changes will be 2023. As more and more sports are added, and as the Olympic Committee has capped the number of overall athletes, it is a sure thing, though, that weightlifting will have fewer athletes and fewer medals than Rio or even Tokyo. The World Championships continue here in Tashkent. There have been some great performances, including the record-breaking snatch of Colombia's Lesman Paredes. He snatched 187 to break Sohrab Moradi's record in the 96 kilo category. Also impressive, a 17-year-old from Bulgaria, Carlos Nasser, upped the world record of China's Lu Zhaojun with a clean and jerk of 208. Action continues through the 17th. And those are today's headlines. Now, good to know. Now, good to know. The organizers here at the World Championships are sharing the stage with the British Empire. The Commonwealth Championship, which is an annual meet with countries that are historically under the King or Queen of England, was cancelled due to COVID, but the athletes still needed to qualify for the Commonwealth Games next summer in Birmingham, England. Since many were coming here anyway, to Tashkent, they have been having a championship within the championship. The Commonwealth medal ceremony follows the World Championship one, with the winner getting a gold medal, a berth for Birmingham, and getting to hear their anthem in Uzbekistan. And that is good to know. Now, time to talk. Welcome to Time to Talk. Now, the athlete that we've got joining us here is a Tokyo 2020 medalist as well as a world champion now. Congratulations. First, we'll start. Rahmat, Abdullah, welcome and congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much.
Now, we always ask the same question to start. How did you find yourself for the very first time with a barbell in your hands, ready to lift?
Just relaxing, especially in first lift, just relax. Except the last lift, my knees are shaking because the pressure are so hard for me.
Now, did you start as a child with weightlifting? Did you start what age did you start, and how did that happen?
I'm start at 8 years old because I'm starting to go with my father as a coach in Makassar, Sulawesi Selatan.
Now, I understand that both, not only your father, but your mother, you come from a weightlifting family. Your father was an athlete, as was your mother. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
How good was your dad? Was your dad a national champion, an Asian champion? How good was your dad?
Asian Games silver medalist at Korea.
Okay, and your mom? Was your mom a medalist as well? How good was she?
Just SEA Games, yes, gold.
Now, you're at this point, what, 20 years of age? You're about 20?
21 for now.
21. You've done a lot in those years. You're already a world champion here in the 73 kilo class, but you've also started adding up medals from mostly from Asian competitions. Are you happy with the way you're progressing?
Yes, of course. I'm really glad for how can I become for apa? From past to now.
Now, it was pointed out to me. I was watching, but I didn't remember the pause yesterday between your clean and your jerk was very small, very small. Is that normal for you, or were you just so excited that you wanted to, and you felt that you could lift it, that you wanted to go right away?
Actually, that is my first technique at 2017. Yeah, that's my origin technique. Yeah.
And do you feel that you take advantage of the bounce, for lack of a better phrase, off the clean, and then you can go right away with the jerk?
Yeah, of course, and I feel like no blackouts. Yeah, no blackouts.
Tell me about your experience in Tokyo. Did you enjoy? Tokyo is a beautiful hall, but there were no fans. Did you enjoy Tokyo? What did you enjoy about the athletes' village, the food, the whole experience?
Yeah, I'm enjoying everything. Even if there was kind of hot and I feel sick 2 times before competing and after competing. Yeah.
Just from food, or what do you, just nerves?
Just because the weather is too hot.
I'm sorry, I was mistaken. I thought you were from Indonesia. Is Indonesia a cold country?
Yeah, it's hot, but not that hot.
Okay.
It's too hot. Yeah.
Perfect. Now, Paris, you're 21 now. Paris, you'll be 24. Is Paris the next goal? What's your next goal? Now that you're world champion here, world champion, what's your next goal?
The closest, my next goal is SEA Games. SEA Games and Asian Games.
And C is Southeast Asian Games, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk. We're going to actually make this harder for you. In a second, we're going to put you on a 60-second clock, and we're going to ask you some fun questions, okay?
Oh, okay.
Bear with us. We'll be right back with On the Clock. Okay, we're back, and we're going to do On the Clock. Now, On the Clock, what we do is we're going to ask you some questions to get to know you better. Some of it about weightlifting, some of it about just fun stuff. It'll be a great time. Let's do this. In 3, 2, 1. What's the best place you've been because of weightlifting? The favorite place?
In this stage.
This stage right here in Tashkent.
Every stage.
You're a platform guy. Whatever happens outside, you want the platform. Your favorite song?
Halu.
Halu? What's a fun fact about your home that I wouldn't know? Something fun about Indonesia or your city?
Maybe robbery.
Not what I'd describe as fun, but also good to know.
How's place?
Okay. What's the first thing you look at on your phone in the morning?
Yeah, weightlifting, I guess.
Weightlifting? Fantastic. Instagram, Facebook, is there, do you do social media?
Mostly just Instagram.
Okay, that's it. We've run out of time. Thank you very much for taking the time. We'll have our tip of the week next.
Hello guys from Panamerica, my name is Erkan Şerimail, and my tip is if you want to go up in the results, you have to do your best, not going in maximum every day, not harm yourself, but to do your best and training very hard for the get results.
To reach this level that you have right now, that you are going to compete in the IWF World Championships, how much do you have to train, like weekly?
Weekly, I think 8, 9 times a week.
Is it hard for you or not?
Yeah, it's normal. You have to do so much training to stay, to get rest and to eat. It's important to sleep and to get your energy for every day. And the most important is not going in the maximum every day.
Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of the Weightlifting Platform, brought to you by the Pan American Weightlifting Federation. If you like what you see here, please bookmark us on YouTube. You can also like the IWF on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, IWF NET. I'm your host, Richard Mason. Good lifting.